Hey, today we're doing a repair on a Pajero. He's got some sort of linkage issue at the bottom. His T-bar is completely locked up. And it's 2002 model. Now he believed it was in the selector here, so he's gone and pulled everything apart, not found anything. So it's ended up here. What we've done is we've disconnected the linkage underneath and managed to get it, the shifter, we've put it into neutral, started it, and then got someone to sit inside, foot hard on the brake, select drive, and driven it on the hoist. Now you can see we've disconnected the selector cable there, or the selector linkage. We put that out of the way there. There's something creating a lot of resistance inside the transmission. I can't even push that. You can almost feel something scraping in there as well. We've got to take the pan off. On these you've got to remove the cross member there. As you can see, you can't get access to those rear pan bolts. And you also have to remove this little section of the exhaust. The oxygen sensor there, you need to unplug that when you're getting this off. And don't forget to have an adequate support just under here, under the transfer case. You don't want that coming down too far. There is a cable up here that's connected that will help hold it a little bit, but you'd be wiser to just have a controlled lowering of the rear of it. If you go down too far, you'll actually rip off this earth strap as well, so just be aware of that. Okay, exhaust's off, draining the oil out of the transmission, and we're just about to take the pan off. You'll find that this one's probably never been off. It's still got the Celastic, factory Celastic in there. So we need to work that Celastic or cut that Celastic to be able to get it off. Don't just try and pry it with a screwdriver, or you'll risk bending the pan out of shape or damaging the pan rail on the case. Now to get the Celastic off, I just use thin blade like that, and we just carefully just tap it in. We're trying to just cut the Celastic without bending or damaging the pan rail. And that's actually loosened it up. So it actually looks like we've freed it up by squirting a little bit of WD-40 in there. Got the range sensor loose. And you can see that's probably where the problem is. See how much rust's under that. It looks like a bit of rust might have fallen between the range sensor in there and on that selector. That seems to be moving quite freely now. Much freer. So we'll just scrape all that Celastic off there. There's no need for Celastic on cork rubber gaskets. And we'll change that filter, do a service on it, 10mm bolts, filter comes down. If you're taking it off, just be aware that there will be a little airlock there, and you'll get a little rush of oil that's just locked in that part there, so you don't get it all over yourself. Always good idea to take the pan off so you can clean these magnets. You can see that they collect quite a bit of rubbish. So once they become covered in that muck, they don't work anymore. So that will get attracted to your solenoids. Solenoids in the transmission control the pressures, shifts, timing, all that sort of thing. Got the pan nice and clean, and I'm going to leave the magnets up on these little ridges here. The idea is to get the magnet working top and bottom instead of just the top side. So you got more surface area collecting all that rubbish. And we're actually going to leave the 3 original magnets, and we're going to add a neodymium magnet. You can check out the strength of these things in another video if you're interested. But the cleaner you keep it, the longer your transmission is going to last as well. Okay, we've put a whole heap of grease on that selector shaft just so it doesn't get rusted up anymore. Oil on the thread as well. New filter. Probably need to scrape this a little bit better. Just get that elastic off there. And just try and get the pan rail as clean and dry as you can before you put the cork rubber gasket on, otherwise it can possibly weep through the gasket at that spot. Reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, park, working beautifully. And you can hear the solenoid buzzing when you select the reverse. This one's buzzing. And drive this one. The third one from the front in drive, buzzing, and the rear one in reverse. All back together, cross members back on. Your exhaust section's back on. Don't forget to, if you're removing this, to clip the plug back in for the O2 sensor. And if you've replaced any gaskets, like we've replaced the flange gasket on the exhaust there, just nip it up after it's warmed up a little bit. And we're on the Tritec website, Tritec Lubricants, and they recommend using the ATF, Auto Trans Fluid, full synthetic multi-trans. Anyway, hope that's helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions you might have in the section below the video. Don't forget to throw me a beer too if any of this information has helped. There's a link in the description. Any more technical questions, please click the link on our Facebook page. We can share pictures and video, etc. on there. Thank you for watching.